And this is the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show on a night that might have been too close for comfort. The Rangers are in a very comfortable position on November 16th. Atop the Metropolitan Division, only the Florida Panthers have more points in the entire NHL. The Rangers are now 10-3-3. Welcome into our Delta MSG studios. John Giannone alongside Henrik Lundqvist and Steve Valiquette. They don't ask how, they ask who. Who's in first? And the Rangers right now are in first place in the division. But I'll ask you, Henrik, how? On a night like tonight, how?
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Let's start with that. What an impressive start to this season. And tonight's game is obviously a game the Rangers need to win if they want to be a top team in this league. They're playing a team that are struggling, not a lot of confidence, been losing a lot, but sometimes that's a hard game. Mm-hmm. But you can see in the first period why they have the record they have, both Montreal and the Rangers. The Rangers were so good. I thought Montreal was pretty bad, to be honest. And then you saw this pushback in the second and especially in the third period. A lot more speed. Maybe they were thinking less and just tried to play, but I thought the Rangers played really smart. Yeah, they gave up a few chances in the end, but another big win at home against a team they should beat, but again, that can be tricky.
What's kind of neat a little bit too is there was a lot of pressure on the Rangers to win. You know, sometimes you're not that heavily favored to win when you're the Rangers going through this season so far, and a lot of pressure on Igor to get a win, right? Because they had to win this game, and you know you feel that way because of Montreal's record.
And some punch in the lineup, enough of it to get more goals in the opposition, but punch right till the end of the game, and you think enough discipline as well.
Well, I think it's important for everybody to understand that 6-on-5 play is really important. At this moment, the goaltender Primo was back in the net, but he was on his way out if Montreal wins the faceoff. It's a critical play because there's 27 seconds left, and a lot of goals this year, just so you guys know, a lot of goals this year at 6-on-5. Now, the engagement rate here is even. Gallagher's a rat. He's tough to play against. He's actually drawn the most penalties in the league this year. But this punch to the face on Gaudreau, wait for it. He's looking for the referee. I love it. He wants to make sure the referee knows that the call has been made. Then he gets up. Trust me right now, that guy's tough as nails. Gaudreau's tough as nails. He's getting back up and he wants to kill.
You know, I think at the face-off there, he knows who he's up against and what he can do to provoke him a little bit. Yep. And he did. And it's a terrible penalty to take. 30 seconds to go.
Now your 6-on-5 is nullified.
I think that was his plan a little bit. Get under his skin and then, you know,
Did you like this one though? Through the finger.
I love it.
It worked for the Rangers. A lot worked for the Rangers on this night. It was a night in which the first period, as Hank said, was very one-sided. And the Rangers controlled most of the play, had most of the shots, had most of the time in the offensive zone. And finally were able to cash in within the last 5 minutes. And it was the guy who finally got off the schneid 2 days ago. We talked about Kakko in the pregame. He had gone 159 minutes of ice time this season without a single point. Gets the assist and the goal against the Devils, follows it up tonight.
He was awesome again. Look, Gerard Gallant referred to his game the other night as beastly, and he was again. He came out. He was on his game. He was on the puck. He was driving the play, and Strome and Panarin are a unit right now. The three of them are playing together. Watch how Kakko reads off of Panarin. He knows the reverse is there. That's what you want to do. You want to shift everybody in Montreal from one side to the other, and then reverses it back to Strome. So the three guys are in play, and Kakko right now wants to be a responsible F3, which is where you want him, especially when Lindgren dives down just like that to pinch, keeps it in, open ice now, and Panarin makes his play on the first one, sticks with the puck, finds it first. Bad coverage in front with Suzuki. Primo's down and a paddle down. There's a lot of open ice here. Kakko follows up the play, but you've got four Rangers at that point in below the hash marks working together. I mean, that line now, guys, it's dominating. And Kakko had another outstanding. I feel like Kakko's arrived right now. Yeah. And now it's 2 games in a row, and hopefully soon he's just going to snowball that into some more.
Well, he's a really good player, and he has all the tools to become a really strong player in this league, but it starts with confidence. And if you start putting some pucks in the net, you start getting ice time with some of the best players in the game, not only on this team, but in the game. I think that's going to do a lot for his confidence. This is a good start for him now. The last couple games, so he can build off of this.
So he scored in the shootout against Jersey, right? And isn't that something? Do you remember getting confidence off of a shootout win? I mean, I feel like he got a lot of confidence out of scoring the other night. Not just he gets a goal in the game, an assist in the game, and he scores in the shootout when there's a lot of pressure on him.
Well, I think it doesn't matter if you're a goalie or a player. Every time you play a part, and an important part in having a team win, team success.
Yeah.
That's going to help your confidence. You feel a little bit better when you walk into the locker room knowing that I did my part, I helped this group to win, and especially for younger guys to feel that confidence that I'm bringing something to the table. That's big, especially if you're coming off a few weeks of a little struggle. So a couple of goals or big plays, that's going to make a big difference.
First shot of the game tonight, right off the faceoff.
Exactly, yep. And if there's a guy who is an exhibit A in confidence through goal scoring over the last 9 years here with the Rangers, it's Chris Kreider. And we saw him again tonight do what he does best around that 3-foot area near the goaltender.
Kreider skates to the back post on this goal, and you have to understand what this does. It sets you up for success because everybody's moving on the rush down ice. Now, this play starts with a huge hit by Trouba and another one here by Zibanejad, so your centerman's responsible down low, and now everybody's going down the ice with speed together, and look at the boost here that Trouba
Some boost. Thanks, buddy.
Easy on the boost. So we might have overdone it on the boost, but settle it back down, and Kreider knows his job. He's back post. So you remember how we were talking about how Kakko sometimes can drift off and open up at 10-2 with his skates? The play right there for Kreider is important because you're the first one to get a rebound if the first shot doesn't go in. Everybody else is turning. He's going to recover the puck. Whereas when we were talking about Kakko where he gets away, he's more like on the perimeter boards near the half wall. If there's a rebound, he's not close to the net. But that's a play right there that Kreider, I just hope that becomes more of the team's DNA, identity, the way that he drives the net off the rush.
Yeah. And watching that play too, if you're Montreal, you give up a huge goal in the game and you have 3 players behind the goal line.
Yeah.
If you want to turn things around, you need to smarten up a little bit. And that just shows where they're at a little bit with their mindset, playing offensive hockey and taking more risks. And it's not going to pay off consistently.
Yeah.
So
and
that's a big play.
that gave the Rangers a 2-1 lead. They went to the third period that way. Rangers scored a third goal, which ended up being the game winner from Kakko and Gauthier. But a big part of the play and a big part of the night was from Filip Chytil, a guy who had missed the last 3 with an upper body injury, with Sammy Blais now down for the rest of the year, and we talked about the impact of that in the pregame show. This was one of those games where Filip Chytil needed to exert himself, and it looked like right from the start.
I love this game, and watching him moving his feet with the puck and being very strong on the puck, that's Filip to me at his best, because he's such a powerful guy, especially when he's skating. And, I mean, he came close a couple times, 3, 4 times to score a goal, and he deserved it. He worked so hard, and that's what you want to see coming back after a little break. And, yeah, he earned a good bounce. But in the end, I think he should be very pleased with his performance coming back after such a
big time. And Hank, he was in on every play. I mean, the forecheck right here from Gauthier is great, but watch how Chytil sets up Gauthier.
Yep.
You know, that play doesn't happen. Doesn't happen, but isn't that what Gauthier said he wanted to do too? I want to play defense. I want to earn minutes so the coach feels the responsibility to pay me back and put me on the ice. He does that. Chytil does that. They're on the ice in critical moments now. And what do you get? You always get offense. It's a byproduct of just taking care of all the little details defensively. It happens all the time.
And you get a guy who scores a goal who absolutely needed it after the opportunities he's had this season.